I feel like it's so rare that men shoot their shot in public anymore, or like even just say hi like a normal human being. I feel like men are so intimidated now and hiding behind social media. They don't know how to talk to girls in real life anymore. And the ones that do are like the freaks, and they be approaching you in the weirdest ways.
Well, I think you're only looking at it from one side of the floor. It would seem as though, you mentioned that men don't say anything or they don't say hi like a normal human being. Have you ever thought that maybe maybe some of you ladies aren't treating men like normal human beings? But that would be too much like right. That would require you to take accountability.
I just want to say thank you to the man I see on my walk every single day who doesn't even acknowledge my existence, which I know the bar is in hell. It's in hell. And that is the bare minimum men should be doing, just leaving women alone. But I walk 4 to 6 miles a day, and I am never left alone. There's always someone honking, yelling out of a car window, trying to stop me to make conversation. It is such a breath of fresh air to just be ignored. It is one less person I have to be worried about while I'm out here.
I think we should start saying men don't want to be approached on social media. Stop approaching me. Don't make these videos. Just don't make them.
If you're a woman and you're mad at guys for not approaching you and not coming to talk to you and not doing all that shit, but yet you be on social media all day long so you know why they really don't do it, shut the fuck up. If I see one more video of a woman or a group of women saying that the reason why men don't want to approach them is because these men secretly like boys or they're gay or whatever, it's like y'all are some one-trick pony motherfuckers who can't come up with a new insult to save your fucking life. The fact of the matter is, you come on here and you say, I don't understand why men don't approach you. No. It's the specific man that you like, that you wanted to approach you, but he didn't do it because he probably is hip to the game too, and he already know what the fuck's going on. Ain't nobody going through that bullshit. What? I say, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such, da-da-da-da-da-da, and you say anything other than no, and you try to make a scene, now we got a fucking problem on our hands. Now, am I going to do anything like punch you in the face or slap? No, ain't nobody going to do no stupid ass shit like that. But I'm going to tell you like this. That's something fucked up that you can do because now you have all of the leverage because I approached you. I will never understand why you don't just be like, hey, I like that guy, I'm going to approach him. If you get rejected, well, welcome to the world of men. Men have been getting rejected since the dawn of fucking time. You ask a guy who's married, hey, how many women did you approach before you ultimately found the woman that you married? And he'll tell you somewhere between the tens of hundreds or some shit like that. You got women out here that'll approach one guy, get rejected, and swear off that shit forever. Woman the fuck up. And above all else, stop fucking calling men gay just because they don't do the shit you want them to do. Cut that stupid ass shit out. Every time I see these videos, oh, they like boys, they're gay, they're good. How did y'all be making these fucking? Man, look here, bro. If I was a gay dude, I'd be mad than a motherfucker. I'd be like, hey, y'all gonna cut that shit out, or I'm gonna come throw a shoe at you or some shit, something.
So you got a man here in the comments that says, hey, gay guy here. Yeah, it pisses us off. Every time I see a woman doing it, I call them out for being a homophobe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody else says women's egos are too fragile for rejection. Another guy says women are the ones who get 2 drinks in them. women are the ones who get 2 drinks in them and start kissing their homegirls. Well, I mean, you said it.
No, they just don't care. Once I texted a guy saying I'm upset, and he didn't even call me. He just texted me back like an hour later, like, ha, 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 why? And then I was like, never mind. And then he was like, oh, come on. And that's it. And then I didn't answer that. And then that's the last time we spoke. And I was like, that is so, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. I wish I had that ability because, I mean, I have lost sleep because I answered someone's DM like 2 hours late and I felt bad. It was spam, but I felt really poorly.
Running to your friends crying, oh my God, he's so mean and so toxic and abusive. That's one of the most lowest and evil forms of manipulation ever. You don't get to disrespect him every day, belittle him when he opens up, emasculate him for not being what you can't handle, ignore his needs, flirt with other men in his face, and use sex like a weapon. And then act shocked when he finally blows up or walks away. He didn't just turn into an overnight. You drained him. You chipped away at his patience until nothing was left. You trained the nice guy you met to stop caring. Good men don't wake up cold. They get turned cold by women who mistake his self-control for weakness. Then when he finally says enough is enough, you play victim and cry wolf. No, honey, you're not the victim. You are the arsonist crying about the fire that you just started. Grow up. So stop acting like you don't know what just happened. You know exactly what you did. You just never thought he would actually walk away. Now he's gone. Or worse, you've numbed him. And now you're on social media talking about how all the good ones turn bad. No, again, honey, you burned him out. One disrespectful act at a time. Own it. Or keep pretending you don't know why every man after him stops trusting women like you.
Well, you know, when you have stuff to do, then it's not that hard. When you when you clock that somebody's wasting your time or they don't want to talk, then you're like, oh, okay, well, I can be spending my brain power elsewhere, and that's going to be less conversation that y'all have. So I know you ladies like to play this little game of tag and ring around the rosy and all that other stuff. Men are busy nowadays. They don't have time for this foolishness.
This is why married women fall faster than single girls any day. This is a brutal truth, okay? You might not want to hear it, but I don't care. It's actually easier to sleep with a married woman than a single one in today's day and age. And once you understand why, you will never see that ring the same again. Single girls have walls 10 feet high. Married women, their walls were quietly demolished years ago by routine, silence, and a man who stopped noticing them. Here are the 6 reasons why she falls 10 times faster. Number 1, zero pressure, maximum desire. She already has the husband. She just wants to feel wanted again. Number 2, built-in alibi. Girls' night and yoga classes cover her tracks. Number 3, starvation. One real compliment hits way harder than 1,000 Tinder matches. Number 4, forbidden multiplies everything. The danger turns attraction into obsession. Number 5, she's already justified it. Years of receipts in her head already. And number 6, no long-term consequences in her mind. That one time, it won't destroy my life. Yes, it will. If you're the other guy, she's in your passenger seat, wedding ring twisted inward, eyes shining like she's 22 again. She whispers, I forgot I could feel this alive, then kisses you like the last 10, 15, 20 years never happened. Single girls protect their bodies. Married women surrender their damn souls. This is happening right now to men who swore, oh no, not my wife. So if you're done gambling with the most important thing in your life and you finally want to become the man that she craves so deeply she'd never even think of looking elsewhere, you know what to do. Click the link in my bio, book a call with me, and let's dive into it together.
Somebody in the comments said, wait, sounds like it's a man's fault again. You know it. You know it. As usual, ain't nothing going to change. Even though it's 2026, ain't nothing going to change.
There is an epidemic that we need to talk about. Why is it that men ignore you in person? What's going on? And you know what? You're probably thinking this has only happened to me once and I'm making a video about it. But no, this has been happening years. It's 8 years. So, for example, when I was in college, I was hanging out with this guy like on and off for a while. And I would see him at the bar all the time and he would never say anything to me, which was just, oh my God. But one time, my best friend went up to this girl that he was standing next to that he was like friends with. And she starts talking to her. And I'm with my friend, obviously. He looks at me, eyes wide open, and then turns around, walks away as fast as he possibly could all the way out the bar. All the way out the bar. And then 30 minutes later snapped me and told me to come hang out. I was like, no. Same guy. About a year ago, me and my 2 best friends were walking to the bar out of the Uber, and we see him and his 2 friends coming to the bar at the same time. Literally, to go up to this bar, you have to go up all these stairs. This man stops at the bottom of the stairs with his 2 friends and waits for me and my friends to go up the stairs, get our IDs checked, pay cover, and go inside before he walks in. And I turn around and I see him just staring at me from the bottom of the stairs, waiting for me to finish. Oh my God, just like you can literally just say hey and that's it, and it wouldn't be a big deal. And you know what? He's not the only one. Because like he's not. There are more. This one guy, I was snapping him for months. I would see this man at the gym all the time and he would never say hi to me. Never. Ever. And you know what? One time I was working out right next to him for like 20 minutes, didn't say a word. And if you think that's bad, it's really not, because the same guy, one time I had literally just Snapchatted him first, by the way. I was in the Uber. My friend and I get out of the Uber to go in line for this bar, and we see him getting in line for the bar. And so obviously we're behind this man in line. We were in line right next to each other for an hour and a half, and he did not say hi to me once. And you know what? I did call him out for that. I did Snapchat him after he just like disappeared at one point. I Snapchatted him and I was like, I don't know, I called him out. I was like, wasn't that you in line or something? This man responded with, think I would have recognized you. I threw my phone. Another guy. I knew this man for like 4 years. We were snapping on and off. In those 4 years, we hung out a couple times somewhere in the middle of college. I don't know. This guy, oh my God, me and my friend were sitting at the bar, sitting at a table. He is sitting at the table right next to us. Keep in mind, the bar is empty because it's in the middle of summer. He is sitting at the table next to us, just Snapchatting me. And I told him to come say hi to me. He gets up, finally, after I tell him to come say hi, gets up, comes up to me, says, hey, I gotta go piss, and goes to the bathroom. What the fuck? Another guy. I hung out with him a couple times. My two friends that I was at the bar with one night were talking to his friends that they knew, and he was with them. And it was just me and him, not talking to anyone, standing right next to each other. This man took his hat, his baseball cap, brought it down to his eyes, like right here, and covered his eyes and just looked down so that he wouldn't have to make eye contact with me and have to say something. This is like so sad. You would think that this is all, but no. It keeps going. Another guy, hung out with him a couple times. I actually thought he was nice, and I actually did think he was, I thought he was nice, okay? This guy, I see him at the bar, he is just ignoring me, so I'm literally staring at him, waiting for him to say hi to me. I'm standing right next to him and just staring at him, waiting for him to say something. He doesn't say anything at all. He looks at me, but he doesn't say anything. And then 10 minutes after I left the bar, he Snapchats me and says something about me acting weird. I was like, why is it weird to expect you to say hi to me? No, like, for real. Like, is it that weird for guys to say hi to you? Like, since when is that normal? Like, what? Anyways, I decided I was never gonna speak to a man again if they do that, and I have been boy sober for 9 months. So, yeah.
I think we always find it funny when women don't get what they want, then it's an epidemic. Like this is an issue. This is really a problem that we're not getting the things that we want. This is really an issue that men are not bothering us. And then when men start coming up to you guys, approaching you, wow, this is really a problem. Men are harassing us. They don't know when to leave us alone. It never ends that these modern women, they really don't know what they want. And when men finally say, we're not going to play these games anymore, that's when it's a male loneliness epidemic, a male sassiness epidemic, a male consequences epidemic. Men are not lonely enough. I guess not. I guess not. Because y'all won't leave men alone. I mean, every time a man tries to get away from you, every time he tries to be alone, y'all come in there and bother him. So yeah, he's not lonely enough. He can't get lonely enough because you won't leave him alone.
Okay, guys, so I hit on a guy at the gym, and it didn't work out. It's fine. The only reason I even hit on him was because I've seen him before, and he's cute, and he's tall, and he's Latino or something for sure. But he looks like Spooky from On My Block, like when his hair grew out and his hair was like wavy. And I was like, I'm gonna cancel my subscription here anyway and switch over to somewhere else. I might as well. So I went up and tapped on him, like his shoulder, and I was like, has anyone ever told you look like Spooky from On My Block? And he's like, no. I was like, oh yeah, dead ass. And then I pulled up a picture and whatnot. And he was like, oh, like he looked like he was shy, but I was like, hi, my name is Cindy. And like, I extended my hand and he shook it, but he like went quiet. And I was just like, all right, I get it.
It's funny how she's doing exactly the same thing women accuse men of by flirting in the gym.
Just a small update on my gym crush. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Texted him last night saying, hey, this is Sarah. Sent him the books that I bought, Barnes & Noble. Never responded. So it was probably a good thing he wasn't at the gym tonight. Not that I would have yelled at him, but like, I'm just feeling really shitty with myself right now, because how dare I assume that somebody I'm attracted to finds me attractive, and that anybody wants to be with me anyways, which I know this is like really dramatic. But I am dramatic, so there we go.
You got rejected, so take it the same way men do every day without the drama.
My shot on my gym crush, and it went terribly wrong. If you've missed part 1 on the connection experience, please go back to part 1 and check that out. I am documenting my journey to finding my man by the end of this year, whether that be in real life or on the app. I started off with my gym crush, got back home to chat about what happened, and hit with a little bit of a rejection. Thought I was in the clear because he had been staring at each other for the past year. Obviously, there's some clear interest there. It is a little bit intimidating walking up to a complete stranger midday and introducing yourself, but that is the price that you have to pay if you want to meet someone in real life. You have to face the fact that there might be rejection. So I walked up to him and I'm like, hey, I noticed you've been working out here for a while. I'm not really sure why we don't know each other. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Gabby. Started making small talk. I'm like, yes, this is it. This is the moment. Let's amp this up a little bit. So I was like, oh, I noticed your girl is never working out with you. He laughs and goes, yeah, my girlfriend doesn't live here. Like, are you being serious right now? You have been staring at me for the past year and now you want to tell me that you have a girlfriend? That is the one.
He could have just been reacting to being watched by you. Doesn't sound like interest to me.
And it's funny because now she wanna roast him. She want to try to get in the car and have a little roasting session. Now she want to say, oh, it's cool. He ain't even this, ain't even that. I wonder why. I wonder why it is that modern women continue to say that men can't take rejection. Well, I rejected you respectfully. Why can't you just get up and leave? Seemed like he rejected you respectfully. Why come you can't just get up and leave? Oh, okay. Seem like y'all be doing the same thing that y'all be accusing men of doing.
Have sex with as many men as you can, or women as much as you can. I would never get married if I would have known it was going to be like this. Travel the world. Go see everything. I love you and I love your brother. Do not have kids.
Shit, we you know what I'm saying? We did all that already, all that get to know a motherfucker. We wasted that time in our 20s. Well, honestly, we really should have been doing our big one. But a lot of us was, trying to settle down and just have that life that we thought that you were supposed to have.
The CIA is winning. Oh my gosh. Oh, they were right when they said single woman will keep you single. Miserable woman will keep you miserable. What are they saying?
This conversation is just like still growing about old men in the gym being creepy and gross. And I'm in the gym parking lot, so now it's of course top of mind. The thing is, like, I don't mind when people are like nice to me at the gym. Like, that's fine. Like, I've even had people say like, wow, I can't believe you like lift that much, or like I don't know, whatever. Little things like that is fine. Or like, hey, how are you? That's great. That's totally fine. It's like there's just a line that you have to draw when there are people commenting on your bodies in the gym. And it's not just old men. Women do the same thing. Truly, like, it's not just one-sided. It just so happens to be that the creepy comments I'm getting about my body always come from old men in the gym. And it's just like, A, time and place. B, like, you just shouldn't comment on someone else's body in that manner. And especially saying things like, you're just easy to look at. Like, that's uncomfortable to literally anyone with a brain. Personally, I would think that you would know that that's like uncomfortable to say to a young woman or to anyone, honestly. Like, I just try to imagine in my head, like, even if someone, like, my mom were to, like, this guy were to have said something to my mom, who's obviously older than me, like, it would still be creepy. Like, you just don't say, sorry if I'm staring, but you're just really easy to look at. Like, there are just things that you don't say. And people need to understand that. And they don't. But I don't understand the concept of, like, girls being shitty when someone's holding the door for them. Like, there's just a line. And once you cross the line, like, it goes into inappropriate territory. There's a difference between being nice and being gross, creepy, inappropriate. And I don't know why so many men think it's the same thing. Because it's truly not. It's truly not. So, anyway. I don't understand. I don't understand the male brain.
So the guy right here in the comments, he responded in the first video, and I guess she's making a response to them. So then he comes back and he says, I can completely get behind your statements. Unwanted comments or advancements are always inappropriate, especially, I guess, the easy to look at. Okay, or basically when you're being stared at, I think is what they're trying to say. My reasons for the comment and my actions in the gym again stem from personal experience at the gym. That's why I just at all costs avoid any contact with females. It's easier to eliminate the possibility of any sort of accusation. Headphones in, head down. That's the model. And what you're hearing from the man is risk mitigation. Actually, men are not, some of these guys are not even mitigating risk. They're eliminating the risk. Like he just said, headphones in, head down. I can't hear you, nor can I see you.
And we withhold affection. We withhold sex. I know a woman who said, "Oh, I just don't feed him." Like literally withholding food.
Withholding admiration, appreciation, participation, or sex.
Participation's another one, yes. Accountability, affection, attention, withholding attention. Women think men are ignoring them because we're really good at ignoring you.
It's a subtle way to almost punish perceived maladaptive behavior or...
Almost punish?
Well, it's the attempt to, right? Or it does also in a relationship,
Yeah. It's why I think if women really want to become masterful in interacting with men, they should study video games.
Huh.
Yeah, video games are perfectly set up for what the committed, productive mind needs. And probably didn't expect me to say video games, huh? Yeah, I can do this briefly. You get to be whoever you want to be, right? Pick your avatar. Any move you make, you get points. Any effort, you get points. Bigger risks, bigger points. Take a big risk, fall off a cliff. You don't have to go without sex for 2 weeks. You push the reset button. Try again, do better. What didn't I see? What didn't I notice? Do better, do better, do better. And then important for women who want a boyfriend or to get married, the video game never makes you go to the next level.
Walked up to a guy today after dinner and told him that I liked his shoes. And he looked me dead in my face and told me to go myself. Y'all, I love the dating world in 2025 because, excuse me? I think I'll just stick to my dating apps and Circa rather than, actually going up to guys and trying to flirt because apparently I need to go south.
These women try to act like they're the victims just because they approached a guy once and got rejected. But these are also the same women who look at men and say that getting rejected by a woman is no big deal, apparently.
Stop telling me to go meet someone in the wild when I go in the wild and someone will be staring at me the whole entire night and won't come say hi. How many more times is that going to happen? How many more times am I going to be in the bar, playing pool, at the coffee shop, on a walk, and I will be staring down another person who is staring me down, smiling across the table, whatever, and you don't come say hi? Oh my gosh. What am I meant to do, you guys? Am I going to we always have to make the first move or something? Because, oh my God.
It's weird to hear her complain that she always has to make the first move when in the same sentence she makes it clear that she never makes the first move, which makes sense when it comes from a modern woman. She needs to feel entitled to her victimhood at all times.
Somebody in the comments said they're mad at the world they created. Somebody else said, respectfully, women fought for this level of independence, so now they'll have to live with the consequences. Men aren't rushing to save anyone anymore, because every time they try, they're blamed or taken for granted. Silence isn't spite, it's self-preservation. Women gained independence, and men learned to protect themselves by stepping back. It's not hostility, it's the cost of past dynamics. Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate that beautiful, beautiful summary of why men are not approaching women anymore.
I never want to be a couple like this, that the guy is literally walking in front of the woman. Look at that. Just trying to keep up and follow him. And it just breaks my heart. Don't be that couple. Don't be that man.
She said something to the effect of, I never want to date or be married to a guy that's doing X, Y, and Z. You won't be being a private eye investigator like this, minding everybody else's business but yours. So you don't even have to worry about that. You're not even a good private eye at that because you don't even know what's going on.
Women wondering why men are ignoring them. Women have told men for decades to leave them alone. Don't catcall them, don't approach them in public, don't stare at them. And that's exactly what men have done. Now women are wondering why men don't approach. This is exactly what we wanted, ladies. This is the world we built.
You know, when we complain that men don't approach women anymore in public, this is the fear that's going on in their heads, is that they are scared of being shamed online. And as women, I think we really need to acknowledge our behavior in this cycle. You know, if we continue to, you know, berate men online and talk about how, you know, a guy approached you and he was ugly and you're going to make fun of him and do all this stuff on the internet, don't complain.
The men of LA don't approach women, and I refuse. I will not approach a man.
No.
I'll literally make you so uncomfortable that it gets to the point where you have to say something to me because you have become you know what a little bitch you are right now. Like I've been in the same room as you for 45 minutes and you keep looking over at me and you think I'm going to say something to you. And you're looking at me, talking to other people, having fun. You're going to have to approach me. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with it. And somebody told me that, like, yeah, the guys here literally say that they prefer when a woman approaches them. I'm like, not in New York.
I've met very attractive men that they literally, the only girls they've ever dated approach them. I was
Disgusting.
Like, what? I was like, you're an attractive man too, tall, whatever. I'm like, how do you not just, you could easily just go hi. Like, you don't have to
Literally,
try.
you could just be like, hi. They can't.
The men of LA, the ones we're going for, look just as good or better than we do. And so now we can't pull those same stunts that we were trying to pull on the construction workers and the plumbers and the truck drivers and the blue collar workers back in Idaho. The men in LA look just as good as we do. They out here, they got women on their jock strap. So now we can't come out here and say, you don't have any money, you're broke, you're a bum. Because they can look us dead in our face and say, yeah, so what? What are you going to do about it? I got Becky, Susie, Janice, and Jane waiting at the crib to pay my bills. Why would I have a job when I have 4 or 5 different women taking care of me? Get in line. And you can't say anything about it. You have to shut up and be on your merry way. But of course, knowing modern women, you're not going to do that. You're going to get in line behind Janice and Jane. You might try to fight a little bit and move ahead of Janice and Jane. But Janice and Jane have been there for 2 or 3 years. You're not taking their 4th and 5th spot.
I see.
Every day just gets so much better with you, gang.
Babe.
Like, it's like, I couldn't fathom life without you.
Babe,
and it's like, what? What?
I just wanted to talk to you. You've been talking to him this whole time.
Bro, I don't care. If I'm talking to my mans, let me talk to my mans.
What about me and my attention? Like, you're always with this nigga. You don't even care about me or what I like anymore.
I'm flying. Hold me, Jack. Close your eyes.
Yeah, I'm done.
What's wrong with her?
I don't even know. I think she gay.
Have you seen the trend where men, mostly in comment sections, are complaining that if they're not like a 9 out of 10 or higher, that women just don't give them a chance and it's not fair and blah, 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 blah. I think it's so funny because for so long, women have had this insane pressure to look good all of the time. And it doesn't just determine our dating opportunities, it determines job opportunities, earning potential. Honestly, like every area of your life is affected by your appearance. And now that men are seeing the tiniest sliver of what we go through as women, now that we don't absolutely need them for survival and they actually have to bring something to the table, it's so funny to see their reaction and to hear them crashing out.
And once again, the woman is always oppressed. At every single turn, every single way, the woman is always oppressed. Always.
Here's another thing that men do to show the women in their lives they don't actually care about them. They will walk ahead of you in most cases. This is something my husband did a lot, and when I would ask him to slow down because I would be like nearly running to keep up with him, he would always tell me, "You walk too slow, walk faster." One time, very early in our marriage, he actually bought me a pair of shoes that were designed to help people walk faster. And he said, "Oh, maybe you'll finally be able to keep up with me." Uh, I'm 5'4". He was five. Was he 5'8" or 5'9"? But like his legs are longer. His pace is, his stride is longer than mine, and he could not understand that, and he just refused to slow down. One time, and he would do this everywhere, even if we were in unfamiliar places. One time we were on vacation in Key West, and he kept walking ahead of me, and I asked him, like, "Can you slow down, please? Can you slow down?" And he wouldn't. So I finally was like, "Okay." And me, like, we're tourists. I'm not walking dawdling, but like I'm walking and looking around at stuff because I've never been there before. And finally, I just let him keep going, and I kept walking at my pace. And a couple of times I would like stop and see if he would look back. No, he kept going. And then I slowed down. He kept going, and then I finally just crossed the street to see if he would notice. Kept going, and the whole time I'm keeping my eyes on him to see, like, at what point is he going to notice. It took something like 5 to 10 minutes for him to look back and look around, and then he finally spotted me on the other side of the street. I waved to him, and then he turned around and kept going. So if they just won't walk with you, and no matter what refuse to slow down, they don't care about you.
One thing I can guarantee, I bet she wouldn't say that to her boss. I bet if her boss said, "Hey, you need to pick it up. Let's walk and talk." I bet if a mentor said, "Let's walk and talk," and they hitting it because they got somewhere to be and they're busy. You're not talking about my legs and all this other stuff. You might mention it online. You're like, "Oh, she was running and she was doing X, Y, and Z, and I was trying to keep up, but I was just so appreciative of the opportunity to get to be with her and to glean knowledge. I was so happy that she gave me an opportunity to learn from her." That's what you're going to say. That's exactly what you're going to say. You're not going to be talking about he's 5'8" or 5'9", I'm 5'4", my legs are short, the dog bit my right ankle, so now I'm hobbling. I stepped on a snake last week, so now I'm missing all of my toes. I went for a swim in the Antarctic or whatever, and now a whale came up and swallowed me and he bit part of my glutes off, and so now I got to hobble and roll and get to it and all that other nonsense. It's not going to be that. It's going to be, I did my best to keep up. And next time, he didn't even have to buy nothing. She didn't even have to buy nothing. What I did so that I could keep up, because I came in there wearing heels and I didn't know. Girl, I was not ready. You're just going to tell them at the dinner that night, girl, I was not ready. And next time I went in there, that night, I ordered some flats, some nice ones. Get you some nice flats. If you need some nice flats, that are cheap, I can tell you where to get some. Those things were there. 4 o'clock in the morning, I jumped up at 4 o'clock. I was waiting on them bad boys. I jumped up at 4 o'clock. Girl, I'm not playing with you. I literally snatched those things out of the man's hand, the Amazon driver. They probably thought I was a crazy old lady in apartment 222. I snatched those things and I wore them. I walked in them all morning and I couldn't get to sleep. I'm crashed. I'm going to crash right now as soon as I get home, but I've been up all morning. And let me tell you, I was ready. Those things have been a lifesaver. You see the difference? You went out there, and because you were grateful, you went to go do what was necessary. But when some of you get into marriages, then all of a sudden, well, I mean, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna take a stroll. I'm gonna take a leisurely walk when I know he's trying to get somewhere. There was a pastor somewhere that said, y'all will do what y'all boss tell y'all to do. Y'all will be at work on time. I think it might have actually been a woman. Y'all will be at work on time. Right when you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be. But when your man saying, we got to leave by 8. We got to leave by 8. Then it's a problem. It's a problem, right? It's actually, I think it's, now that I remember, it's actually a pastor that said that. And it got quiet in the church. It got quiet.
To all my men out there, especially my younger men, go ahead and do one other thing when it comes to 2026. Do it today. Go through it. It's the weekend. Do it this weekend. Take like an hour of your time over the weekend. And just, if that woman on your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media platform, if that woman is not a woman in your family or a close like female friend, because I do believe men and women can be friends, if it ain't one of those close friends or your family member or someone who actually teaches you something conductive, like if you like, I follow a couple women, man, they do some cooking shit. I like recipes. I like looking at what they cook and be like, interesting idea on how to make some protein stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't that, block them. Unfollow them, block them, what. Get rid of it. Stop giving them your attention. Stop giving them your energy. Get rid of them. Because here's the thing. I don't care what other people do. The only thing you can control is what you do. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you can control is how people treat you and what you give your energy to. So don't do that. Go ahead. Take an hour this weekend and get rid of everything. Everybody. All right? You don't need it. You don't need it. Do that. Watch how much better things get.
The gayest thing about our generation is that men are actually afraid to talk to women. Like, bro, she's a woman. What are you afraid of? When did we become afraid of women? Like, we were put here to procreate. Go talk to that girl. There's no reason why there should be an issue right now with men afraid of approaching women. She gonna put you on TikTok? Who cares about her TikTok? No one cares about her Instagram. We don't care. Like, bro, you a man. If you a man, the fact that you can't talk to a woman, we used to hunt animals. We used to chase animals and hunt them down. Like, bro, go hunt that woman. Like, it's in our DNA. We gotta really start checking this behavior and start calling it what it is. This is soft behavior. This is not acceptable. If you are a man and you see any of your friends say they're afraid to talk to girls, I see some of y'all in the comments be saying y'all don't want to talk to women, man. Get that gay stuff up out of here, bro, for real. I'm not trying to hear that. For real, man. Like, we got to do better. Because as men, the least you can do is talk to a woman. We should not be in the era where you got to sit here and listen to a guy like me tell you to go talk to a woman. It's a girl. You scared of a girl? Y'all got to do better, man, for real. All this, like, they're just women. I don't care if they look expensive. I don't care what she look like. Go talk to her. She's just a human being. Like, at the end of the day, there's no human being you should be afraid of approaching and speaking to. Even if she wasn't a woman, like, even if it was a billionaire, bro, go talk to them. They're just a human being. Like, there's nothing in this world you should ever be afraid of speaking to, like, speaking with. Just, y'all go out there and talk to these women. We have to hold ourselves accountable that, like, this is soft behavior. Now, this is when I give women the credit of saying, like, yes, men used to go to war. And now we're afraid to talk to women? We the one that gave them the right to vote. How you afraid to talk to them? So yeah, go out here. Next time you see a baddie, approach her. Stop being so soft. Like, go talk to these women. Trust on baddies only. You need help? So yeah, you could go talk to more women. The link is in the bio or comment TFBA for a free training.
I hear you, Marv. I really do, man. But this type of talk, it used to work. It ain't gonna work no more. Guy in the comments said, ain't nobody trying to chase another bit. Another guy said, if they don't want to, they don't want to. It is what it is. Somebody else said, buddy, nobody's afraid of the women. They're afraid of becoming an omega labeled a creep because women are very particular about how to approach them. It's a stigma created by the betas of the previous generation, mistreating the property of the alpha. To keep from becoming omega, the men become sigma. Do you understand? I don't, to be honest, but I think I understand you're saying that, men ain't going to approach no more unless you become a certain way or do something. Most men, honestly and truly, at the end of the day, most men, they just chill at the house. If you're going to give me too much trouble, I'm going to chill at the house. That lets me know that you don't want me. I can approach you, but listen, at some point in time, we got to put some of this back on the women. That's what I keep on saying. Men can take all of the accountability that they want to, But if the woman is not choosing signals, the men are not going to take the risk anymore. That's just how it is. If you don't look like you don't want to be approached, most men are like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave her alone. Period. End of story. And it doesn't have anything to do with being scared. It just has to do with reading body language, like they say they want us to. You look like you don't want to be approached, so I'm not gonna approach you. You look like you don't want to be bothered, so I'm not gonna bother you. That's pretty much it.
Why does this type of guy seem to ignore women? I'm gonna tell you why in this video. Let's get into it. Number one, they know their value. They value their time and attention, and they're not going to use it to inflate a woman's ego. They're goal-driven. They are too busy chasing purpose to be chasing women. This type of guy does not need to be in a relationship. Trust me, he's good being alone. So he's not desperate to fill up the space with a woman. He's calculated. He's strategic. And he probably knows the woman that he's interested in. A lot of guys want her too, and are probably giving her a whole lot of attention. And he ain't going to be like everybody else, which is going to make her wonder. This man does have a busy life. He has incredibly high standards for the women that he decides to pursue. So if he does decide to pursue you, he made a calculated decision to do so. Remember, just like she got options, he got options too. Because he's confident and he's secure in himself. He doesn't need the validation of a woman's interests. He knows his value and he knows his worth.
You know how much my life will be impacted if men don't help me anymore? 0. It'll have 0 impact on my life. Like, literally 0 impact on my life. I cannot remember a time a man helped me with anything. Whether because I asked them or they offered. It, like, literally doesn't happen. This is what we want. Please do this. Men doing this would literally only improve my life. Please, I dare you.
Woman in the comments said, men fall into 2 categories, perpetrators and bystanders. You might want to add a third. Ghost, because they're not even going to be there. Ghost, I'm not even going to show up. I'm not even going to be a bystander. I'm going to be a ghost in your life. You don't have to worry about me being there. I'm not even going to waste my time coming up out the house.
You ignore women, they go crazy. They don't know how to handle when you withdraw.
Yes, he's right. Ignoring a woman would definitely work, but that's only going to work with a woman that is toxic. And with a woman that likes playing games and playing cat and mouse. Ignoring a woman would never actually work on a quality woman. You see, with a quality woman, none of that stuff is going to work. All of these games, manipulation, ignoring, etc. is just going to drive her away. Because she values herself enough to walk away from a situation that doesn't serve her. Any form of ignoring someone isn't good. The only time you should ignore someone is if someone's harassing you and you've told them that you need space. Aside from that, ignoring someone does not make any sense. For relationship and mental health coaching, click the link in my bio.
I guess I would say even regardless of the woman, if you have to start playing these games for you, you don't want to waste your time, man. Full stop. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to be involved in that type of stuff. Go do something more productive with your time. If you got to ignore her to get her attention, go do something else, man.
So I go out with my single friend, you know what I mean? Because most of them are single. And I'm observing when I go to the club, when I go out to bars, whatever I'm doing with my single friends. I'm seeing men not approach women, like, at all. Like, why not shoot your shot? Like, there's so many single people out here. Why not? I see people are in their little bubble and they stick to their little bubble. There is no men shooting the shot. Where is it? Back in the day, men would attempt. Now, I see nothing. A woman be next to a man and nothing, no conversation. They're in a little bubble. What the fuck is it? Let me know.
Guys be like, I can't get a girl, something must be wrong with me. You're single and you're handsome, but you sit at home all day. You ignore your text messages. You don't post on social media. And every time a girl looks at you, you give her this look. You don't want a girl. You just want your bed and money.
Did you know that 78% of men don't approach women anymore? Here's why that's your advantage. Fear of rejection, fear of looking desperate or awkward, which means if you're the one guy who walks up, introduces himself, and can hold a conversation, you're not competing with anyone. So no, hot girls are not used to being approached. In fact, they are waiting on it. Comment approach for my comprehensive guide on how to master the cold approach like a natural.
Guys, men used to go to war and now they look at you weird when you approach them at the bar because all they did was stand around and stare at the wall all night.